Hello, it's senior year, and that also means as senior scramble time. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the senior scramble is, the scramble is when all the seniors in college scramble to find their girlfriends and boyfriends and hope for the best. Now, if you know me, I'm still single AF, and I'm gonna take inspiration from Big Z over here and build something to fix that. Have you seen his interviews about the social network? He says he didn't build Facebook to get laid.
They frame it as if the whole reason for making Facebook and building something was because I wanted to get girls, or right? Like they just can't wrap their head around the idea that someone might build something because they like building things.
But I disagree. So f you, Mark. I'm gonna build something to get me laid. Knowledge is power. And like the wise Sun Tzu once said, what enables the wise and sovereign and the good general to strike and conquer is foreknowledge. In the ruthless battlefield of dating, you need good knowledge. And another piece of wisdom that my dad told me one time is that when you're dating a hot woman, the girl's not yours. It's merely just your turn. So what if I want to know when my turn is? Well, my friends, that is where we come in. Say you go to a function and you meet the most beautiful girl you ever seen in your life. There's one problem. She already has a boyfriend. You know because after exchanging Instagrams, you see a post of them together. Undeterred, you vow to swoop in as soon as they break up. But how do you know when they break up? Well, when the Instagram post is gone, of course. We're basically gonna need 4 things. A front end, an Instagram scraper, a scheduler, and a notifier. The front end's gonna be your big, beautiful console to keep track of all the data. And the scraper will actually get the data from Instagram. Then we put the scraper on a scheduler to go off every 24 hours to get the data we need. And finally, we're gonna need something to notify us when something happens. So here's the thing. Instagram doesn't really like when we scrape their data, so they have a lot of protections in place. For starters, they check the quality of our IP to make sure it's a residential network, so we can't use cloud services because they have data center IPs that Instagram will block. They also fingerprint your browser, and they also analyze request patterns like button presses to make sure it's not bot-like. Queries are also obfuscated through doc IDs, so I can't easily use their API. So that's why I've been going to campus to test so I don't flag my residential IP. Holy shit. It's so damn cold. Man, fuck you, Mark, because when you take unauthorized data, it's okay. But when I take semi-unauthorized data, it's not okay. That's okay though, we have a few tricks up our sleeves to bypass these measures. For now, we should focus on what we need to scrape. So when a couple is dating, they usually have some indicators on their Instagram page. So we should be scraping for exactly that, those signs. For example, I'm gonna use our dear friend, Ray Chen. For Ray, he has a specific post, or many specific posts, just like this one. They're obviously dating, right? So this is a sign we can look for. We can also look for story highlights. People usually post about their relationship there. Ray has one specifically dedicated for his girlfriend. Wow, that's a lot. Additionally, we can look for tags. So on specific posts, like this one right here. He tagged her, that's a pretty good sign. And finally, we can check for if they're following each other or not. That's a pretty good sign. Therefore, if these things are gone, we can, pretty confidently infer that they had broken up. And that's when we strike. For now, let's only focus on 2 things, stories and story highlights. I feel like those are the strongest signifiers in this case. But how do we do that? So if we want to capture post and story highlights off Instagram, we need to scrape them. But like I explained before, Instagram does not like when we do this. So we need to code a few things to bypass some of these blockers that we have. For the sake of learning, we can say that we're an undercover restaurant critic trying to steal a secret ingredient. So first we need to use a stealth browser plugin. This is like if we're trying to infiltrate the restaurant, for our example. It's like walking in with a giant critic name tag, right, plastered to the front of our chest, screaming, I'm a robot, I'm a robot. But instead, our agent wears a hoodie and jeans just to blend in. This plugin kind of masks our robotiness, which is kind of like if you're trying to act human. We check our phones, we look at the menu, we look like a regular, and we try to not to stand out. If you walk in just looking like a robot, the manager of the restaurant, Instagram's bot detection system, it will show up and kick us out. The second thing we have to code is our session management. Instead of standing in line and showing our ID every single time, our bot has your member ID. It makes it look like you. So they can walk straight in because the staff already remembers them for their last visit. So what we're doing here is when you log into Instagram, we're kind of putting on a mask, saving the session cookies to, make it look like the user logging in.
So if you're a robot, you do a lot of robot things, right? So we have to kind of mask that. So third, we have to code a human simulation that randomly scrolls and clicks and does a human thing. This is like if our robot critic sit perfectly still and stare at the kitchen for like exactly 60 seconds. Ask for an order, and as soon as they get it, leaves. So in order to look less suspicious, our critic has to act like a human. You know, we sip our water, we look around the room, we flip through the menu pages. This is the equivalent of doing random delays, mouse movements, and just random scrolling. This makes the security team think, oh, that's just another bored customer. And then finally, it's data extraction time. This is how we actually get our information. So we have two methods of doing this. Our primary method is network interception. This is like if the critic kind of eavesdrops onto the waiters talking to the chef. They don't just read the public menu that they're given. They hear the exact details of the order being shouted to the kitchen. This gives them the raw data, that JSON file, that isn't always available on the plate. The backup method is script scanning. If the waiters are quiet, the critic looks for the chef's actual personal notebook. It's a messy bundle of notes that's hidden inside the restaurant's office. The notes are the embedded JSON, and then the office is the HTML script tags we can look into. And that contains all the secrets that we need. So the scraper is about done, but I don't want to test it on my home network because if it doesn't work, I don't want to get IP banned and get the rest of my roommates banned off of Instagram.
That's okay though. In the meantime, we'll set everything else up. So I have to set up the notifications. So I'm gonna do that real quick. And I gotta create the front end. And then create the scheduler. Yeah, so I actually randomized the scheduler so it doesn't scrape exactly at like 9 a.m. every day, plus or minus a few minutes, so it doesn't seem bot-like and we get detected and kicked out. All right, I got everything together. I'm gonna test it now. All right, first we gotta log in first. Okay, I'm gonna log in with my test account. We're gonna add my profile right here. Okay, opened it. That's my shit right there. That's my shit. Go, let's see if it worked. Oh, it worked. It worked. It worked. Okay, so the scraper is working. I'm gonna check this post because it's the last one. And I'm gonna archive this to see if it notifies us. So this is the end right here. Delete this photo. Let's scan again. Let's see what it does. Okay. It said alarm, post missing. Let's go. It sent a message. It worked. Let's go. You did it. We got it to work. All right. Let's go. It worked. Whoa. Before we get too excited, there are some things I forgot. So what did you say that one day when I explained the project?
So like how are you supposed to track if they only post on stories?
That's a good question, Dora. Right now it's hard to track relationships that are only posted about on stories. I mean, of course, unless they make it a highlight. But there's one day that almost every couple post about on their stories. Valentine's Day. So the question becomes, how do we keep track of this? Facial recognition. To solve this problem, I want to check a person's story every day to see if they have posted their significant other's face or any repost or tagged of their significant other. Okay, so we're gonna test the facial recognition right now. Yeah, this beautiful photo of Jason, and we also have this group photo that we're gonna test the recognition on. Let's see what it does. No! My model's racist! It said we both look alike. What the fuck? Oh my god. It thinks we're the same. Yo, that's my twin, bro. Yo, we look different. Look.
But it's kind of like when Apple supposed to develop Face ID, it only worked on white people.
We're gonna work on it. So. Okay, we need to fix this. So why do you think Jason and I were the same person? Put it really simply, let's say our model is a simple machine that turns images into numbers that you can graph.
I am massively simplifying.
We put in a target face to know where that particular person lives on the graph. Usually, different faces would map to different places, and we would use how far the distance is to determine if it's a match. However, since Jason and I are both Asian, we got mapped pretty close enough for the model to think we're the same person. So to fix this, we just moved the threshold lower for how close we need to be considered a match. Alright, so this is what the front end looks like now. In order to test story tracking, we're gonna post these two photos on the test account. So let's do that real quick. So now what we have to do here is we're gonna add an account, put in my test account. So we'll go like test. We'll add the account. It's gonna check if it's accessible. Now it's accessible. Let's click in here. And we can still track our posts up here, but now we can add story tracking. So enable this. We want to track if this test account posts anything related to this handle. So this is my actual account. And to test the facial recognition, I'm gonna, again, Jason's photo up here because we did a group photo. We'll see if we'll be able to pick it out. Now everything's in order. So now we're just gonna scan, see if it works. Oh, there we go. Now it, detected that we got the story match and it logged it. So let's see that one, and yeah, that one. That's the group photo. Now we can have this log right here, and now we've successfully tracked stories.
Okay, so there's a bit of an update. A few weeks ago, I tracked a few accounts. Nothing much. Just wanted to actually use the application, and
Now we just wait.
I just got a text message from the app. Someone looks like they took down their post. So I'm gonna see if I can set up a date, and we'll see if I can film it. I'm gonna ask Aiden and ask my roommate if he's available.
I repeat, this is last call. If you would like a bagel or a beer, you got 15 minutes to get up here and place your last orders. After that, you will be turned away no matter how cute you think you are. Thank you and have a good night.
So, do you want a beer or bagel?
No, I'm good.
Hey, thanks for coming out on the date with me.
I didn't know that this was a date.
So, do you want to put your mouth on my mouth?
What the
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked it, consider subscribing. I'm going to be doing a lot more projects like these, so if you liked it, subscribe and follow along. You can also download Love Lattice for yourself at lovelattice.org. If you want to support me, it's only like $5 to download. Give me your money! But if you have some coding experience, you can just download it off of GitHub, bypass the software lock for like 90% of the functionality. I also had Claude code the website in like 15 minutes, so I can submit the application to send text messages. Anyways, see you in the next video.
How'd it go?
I think it went okay.